Hello, everyone, and welcome to our live stream. Today, we are going to be joined by our friends at Find My Method and our friends at How to Use Abortion Pill to talk about motherhood, the path towards motherhood, and how motherhood intersects with sexual and reproductive health rights. So, while we wait for our friends to join, I will introduce this platform. We are Safe to Choose. We are an e health platform that provides safe abortion support, whether it be abortion with pills or in clinic abortion. We are here to support you. We have free counseling tools that can guide you during your abortion journey. Um, Now, this live stream will be focused on motherhood, on reproductive rights. We are joined now by our two friends. We are waiting for them to join. Hi, can you hear me, Gail, at How to Use?
Hi. Hi, V. Hi,
Hi.
Carla.
Hi, Carla.
Hi everyone, how are you?
Good, and you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you. So, I was introducing Safe to Choose as an e-health platform that provides abortion support and abortion access. So, I think now, Gail, maybe you can present a bit about how to use and what How to Use Abortion Pill does.
Hi, everyone. My name is Gil. I'm the comms officer for How to Use Abortion Pill. At How to Use, we are just a group of women, mostly, yes, looking to share accurate and reliable information for abortion seekers, regardless of your location or the restrictions in your country. We provide you with all the necessary information you need for a safe medical abortion. So we can support your process. From the beginning, right from wanting to know how many weeks old your pregnancy is to how to use the pills, especially for pregnancies up to 13 weeks. This is the gestational age our protocol supports. So yes, we can take you through the whole process. We also have a series that you can watch for you to be sure that you are doing the right thing and also to know what to expect in terms of very rare complications. And not to forget Ali. Ali is our safe abortion chatbot that you can chat with throughout your process for information.
Thank you so much, Gail. And remember, anybody who is watching this, if you have any comments or need any resources, please leave them down below. We will get to them and share as much as we can in this time span. Carla from Find My Method, could you please introduce the platform?
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Carla and I'm the communications officer for Find My Method. Find My Method is also an e-health platform where you can find all the information regarding which is your ideal contraceptive method and how to have our practice safe sex. You can find from spicy blogs to other quizzes like what is your lifestyle, so we can recommend a contraceptive method that aligns to that lifestyle. You can also find a quiz to find out if you are pregnant, and then you can take uh, decisions from there. We also have Mika, which is our chatbot, where you can ask her all the questions that you have regarding contraceptive methods, and she will answer them and will help you find your path in this whole safe sex journey.
Thank you, Carla. So, we are here today in this live stream because it is May, and in many countries, May is the month where we celebrate Mother's Day. And so, we wanted to chat a bit about mothers, motherhood, the importance of being able to access your sexual and reproductive right during your whole path and deciding if you want to be a mom or not. So, I think to begin this chat, I would like to focus on the importance of being able to decide if and when you want to become a mother. So, Carla, beginning with Find My Method, because you are the first step, contraception, how would you say this empowers people to choose if and when they want to become a mom?
Well, I think from an early stage, we need to really find out the options and get to know how babies are being produced, because knowing um, well, all the information that it takes for you to have a family, to plan it, and everything in between. It's really important because then we can avoid sexual violence, we can avoid unwanted pregnancies, and this is where contraception plays an important role, right? Because then when you have access to this contraception and to the information you need for you to take it right, for you to make it work, and to find out which one fits best for you, then you can decide on long-term decisions, right? Such as if you want to study a career, or maybe you want to prioritize having your family. Yeah, it's like that. Then when you have the control over your own body, your decisions, then you can plan ahead. And this is why it's so important for people to have the rights and to have all the tools they need to make these decisions.
Thank you, Carla. That's very important because we know that birth control can empower people and it can help us make a guide for how we want to live and how we want to protect ourselves, not only from pregnancy, but from sexually transmitted infections or diseases. So that's also something that is important to note. Gail, on the side of deciding that you don't want to be pregnant, on terminating a pregnancy, how does abortion play in this role of choosing when and if to become a mom?
I think after contraception fails, which does not happen for everyone. I mean, for most people, it does help, but this is where we come in as abortion advocates and sharing information. So when at the point that your contraception fails, and there's also the other angle of people not even having access to contraceptives. When you come to a place like my country in Ghana, it's it's not easily affordable. I remember having a conversation with you, Vianney, in the last time where you were talking about how there's even free access to contraceptives. In a lot of countries around the world, people cannot even access contraceptives. So when they get pregnant at a point where they feel like, okay, I'm not ready to be a mother, I'm not ready to be a parent, then their other option is, okay, so I need not to be pregnant right now. I want to terminate my child. Then we come in. And I think the benefits of it it sort of sums up what Carla already shared. The fact that your decision to not want to be a mother at a particular point is going to help you um, sort of tap into greater opportunities because for you, you feel like, okay, I'm not in a place right now where I can take care of another person. I don't think I can be responsible for another person because you still want to grow as a person, career wise, and so many other aspects of your life. So it's a very great opportunity for you to do all this. And I also read a little bit about how the planning and prevention of pregnancies also helps to decrease some of the mental health related issues that comes with childbearing and birthing, especially postpartum depression. Because when you have planned for your child, I think it comes with a lot of positive emotions because yes, this is something you really want. It's your choice. You're not being forced because of circumstance or anything. It's something that you actually really want to do. So yeah.
Thank you, Gail. I think also what I would like to add into the conversation is that I feel that another great point is that there are women or pregnant people who are already moms. So they already have children, and then they decide, you know what, I think one is enough. Maybe what I have is enough. I do not want to continue to have more children because I'm finally in a place where I feel balanced between my family life and my professional life. So being able to control if and when they want to continue to be a mom to another human being is also an important thing to mention in this conversation. And also, there are things like maybe social class, people can't afford to have another child, so they might need to have an abortion. Or maybe they live with a type of disability that would hinder their experience as a mother and they prefer not to do it. So, those are things that we need to mention. Um, One of the other things I wanted to ask both of you is in regards to being a mom, what are the cultural stigma that surrounds motherhood in your experience? Do the women in your life, in your society, feel pressured to become a mom, feel pressured to become a mom at a certain age? What are some things that you could mention about your experience on that? I don't know, Gail, you seemed very agreeing with everything, so maybe you could share your experience.
Yeah, it's the African in me because I I think Africans especially we are very big on traditional roles and these gender assigned norms that as a woman you are supposed to give birth. It's it's a sign of womanhood. Like it's a sign that you are successful if you are a woman who is also a mother because a lot of people who are child free by choice, they get a lot of stigma because why don't you have children? So personally I don't want kids. So I usually when I'm talking to people, this tends to come up a lot, and I get a lot of backlash because people don't seem to understand why I do not want kids, and nobody ever just leaves it there. So everyone always goes a step. Why don't you want kids? And do you think it's a good thing? Do you think your parents are going to be happy that you don't want kids? And then I go, it's my body. Like why should I be concerned about how my mom will feel because I say I do not want kids? I like kids, but I don't think I want one for myself. So even me, child free by choice right now, because I feel like I'm at an age where a lot of people in my society expect that I should have a kid. I have mates who have two, three kids right now, and sometimes I used to wonder should I just give birth so that all this pressure will go away. So I'm personally getting the pressure, and I know there are a lot of other young women around me who are getting the same pressure. There are even some people. So part of the African culture is marry as a woman at a point in your life, you marry, you have children. So some people want it so bad that they they would even pressure their women, their girl child to have kids before their marriage. It's okay as long as you have kids, they are okay. You don't even need to get married. You should just have kids. So people are just giving birth, not by choice, but because society expects it of them. And yes, it's their traditional role to play. So there is a lot of stigma in this part of the world if you decide not to have kids.
I think that's a very universal stigma. I mean, in my experience, fortunately, I haven't come across this, but I think it's maybe because I'm like the generations, the more they advance, maybe like the less they care. But I know that in other regions, Mexico, for example, we are one of the Latin American countries with the most underage pregnancies. So we have so many teenagers becoming pregnant and not being supported during this decision to become a mother or not, when reality is that motherhood is such a complex issue, and it's so tiring for the woman and the person who decides to be a mother that we need to provide more support and stop pressuring people into thinking that they have to become mothers or that they have no other choice. I think. What about you, Carla? Could you give us more perspective on this discussion about feeling like you have to be a mom?
Yeah, I think here at Mexico is really divided that even when it doesn't matter in which stage are you, I think little girls are also taught to think of themselves as mothers from a really young age. And what I'm seeing now is that there is a trend returning where people are getting married younger and younger, and becoming parents younger and younger. So yeah, I think it depends where you come from, and your social circles. But I do see this trend, no, like people getting married and having families at a really young age. And I think this is all fine, but we need to work towards a culture where the mother isn't the one fully responsible for all the home activities, for taking care of the children. I don't know if you saw this video, but it went viral, I think, on TikTok, uh, where a mother is finishing a race, and the father is waiting for her with their children, and then like it had so much backlash from everywhere, like why did the father do that, why were the children expecting something from their mother, why the mother didn't pay attention to their children. So I think what we need to be discussing is how can we help each other with all the tasks that need to be done. And I think it also includes the extended family, the group of friends, because I think we're also taking a turning point where everything is so divided. I also hear so many conversations on Twitter or any social media where people are discussing if children should be allowed like in all our adult activities, like on weddings, on the cinema, wherever we go. And it's like we're a society, we're a community, we need to be supporting all this, which also the children are our future, are our responsibility, in the sense that we live by example. So yeah, I think we need to unravel a lot of stigma that we have towards like all that parenting includes.
I did see that video. I think a lot of us saw the video of the woman finishing her race, and it's part of the conversation that maybe a lot of people think that women stop being individuals once they become mothers. So once they have children, their only identity in life is being a mom and taking care of the family and doing all of the domestic labor, which is very hard for a lot of women. We received a comment from Somi. What's the topic about? We are talking about motherhood and sexual and reproductive health, supporting moms, just a general conversation about taking control of when and if we want to become moms. And something else that Carla said that I really liked was this community aspect. There is a lot internationally, a lot of countries are declining in their birth rate. So a lot of them are like at 1 point something, it's not sustainable to be able to continue as a society. But the conversation isn't gearing towards, well, how can we support moms? How can we support families so that they can uh, be present with their children and choose to have more children and give them a quality of life that they deserve. So that's something that I feel like we as a society as a whole are lacking this analyzation and evaluation of how can we support families. If we want to have more families, how can we help them out? But speaking about helping out families, there's another thing that I sort of talked, but I would like to discuss a bit more. Carla, in your opinion, how can birth control help women who are already mothers? How is the relationship between birth control and this controller taking back their life? Would you say there's a relationship between these two things?
Yeah, I think the first and main reason is the one we talked about a little bit earlier, where you have already one, two, the number of children that you wanted and that you can support, and then you come to a point of their life where you say, you know what, maybe I don't have the resources anymore, I don't have the energy anymore, and I need to start taking care of myself again to not get pregnant another time. But I also think it's really important to talk about that. Contraception is not only for preventing pregnancies, right? As you mentioned before, it also helps us avoid STIs. And also, when you have, I don't know, maybe a hormonal or medical condition, contraception can help your body to adjust those levels. Or maybe when you find out, I don't know, you have a comorbidity or something, these hormones can help you regulate your body and to make this well, your lifestyle in general a little bit healthier. So I think that's also an stigma that we need to like take ourselves from when we only think about contraception, relating it to pregnancy, but it has a lot of wide range where you can experiment with it. And I don't know, maybe you're a mother that is not done experimenting your sexuality and you want to try new things. And contraception is also has, it also has like a lot of ways where you can play and and feel pleasure when adding these safe tools for your day-to-day sexuality.
Thank you, Carla. I love that like final comment about how mothers, we need to remember that mothers are their own individuals. So sometimes they just want to experiment, they want to have pleasure, they want to take control of what is their sexual life like. And I think that's a really good thing to touch upon. I discussed a bit back about abortions for those who are already moms, but Gail, maybe you could go a bit more into the topic for those who are just joining us and weren't able to hear this side of abortions for women who are already moms and already have children.
Mhm. So I think sometimes when people hear abortions, they just think of people who do not want to have kids. Like people barely consider that mothers also want abortions because they and it's totally okay. They don't even need a reason to want it, but they can have a plethora of reasons for wanting to have abortion at any point in time. And just circling back to some of the benefits of contraception for mothers, it's also because maybe at a point in time they feel like, okay, I need to take a break. Like I need to kind of focus on myself because I don't have a child, but I think motherhood is is a strenuous and continuous activity. Like you do not get a break. There's no point in time where you get a break. So I think it's perfectly normal. It's perfectly normal that a mother will decide that, okay, I do not want to have kids anymore. So when they do get pregnant at that stage, their next best option is, okay, so I want to terminate this pregnancy. And that's totally fine. And there are also some mothers who may think, okay, I think if I give birth to this child right now, I'm not going to be able to support this child as much as the child needs. So they just don't want to continue that pregnancy anymore because they want to focus on the existing kids that they have. So sometimes even just taking the fact that they want to focus on themselves, they also want to make sure that they are giving the best care to the kids that they already have because back to my culture, I see a lot of women with about 6 kids. Some people have as many as 13 kids, and these are women who do not have stable incomes. So you see the kids walking around barely any clothes on their bodies. They look like they are starving. They barely have no shelter. So in a situation like that, this is someone who maybe after the third child would have decided that, okay, we as a family are not stable enough or we do not have the resources to keep catering for kids if we keep having more. So her next pregnancy, obviously, she's going to terminate it. And that's totally okay. Abortions for mothers are normal, they are common, they happen, and it's totally fine. If you are a mother watching this and you are pregnant and you are worried about terminating it, don't be. You are okay. It's normal. People have it.
I love that comment, Gil. I think we need to support mothers more on a whole as a society, which is also like the next thing I wanted to chat about. I know none of us are moms, but we all like know mothers, we know moms in this life. So, in terms of sexual and reproductive health rights, how can we support mothers? How can we provide them with extra guidance? What I would say, for example, is that I know that there are a lot of people who don't realize that sexual and reproductive health rights services are for all of them. So maybe they live in a remote area, right? Let's think about a mom who doesn't have access to contraception, who doesn't have access to abortion services. So maybe I think that what would be needed is that we go to these remote areas and discuss this with moms, no? Or maybe when we're giving sex ed to children, to teenagers, and teaching them about their bodies, teaching them not only that we need to prevent pregnancies, which is almost always the main focus of sex ed, but also things about like how does your body work and what does being a mom imply and how does it affect your body, how does it affect your life, what are some ways that we can support you throughout this journey. So maybe Carla, what are some ways you think that we need to support people who might become moms in the future or people who are mothers in regards to sexual and reproductive health?
Yeah, I agree with you when it comes to sexual education within teenagers. I think bringing men to the conversation, I don't know, surrounding maybe menstruation is also helpful because it also helps for us to lower the risk of getting pregnant when we don't want to, if we know how it all works. I also, as a comms officer from this platform, I like to talk to the mothers because I think all sexual health campaigns tend to forget them. Like maybe when they are mothers, they don't need to get STI tested or to get regular gynecologist sessions. And let's not forget, our body is ever changing, is always facing new faces, and also it may be the case that a mother has a multiple sexual partners. So it's really important for us to keep talking to them, for them to come to get it tested, to explore their sexuality, and also to take care of themselves, because we also tend to, like, when we are in a couple, we tend to leave our personal care regarding sexuality to the other person, and we tend to forget that no, we need to have this self-care as a routine throughout all of our lives. And also, as a member of the LGBTQ community, I would like to bring a light to lesbian mothers, because they also get to almost no help from the government when it comes with, I don't know, social security, because we have all these issues within the laws for the law to see these families as real families. And it brings a whole lot of other conversations, such as who is the real mother, who has the child's I don't know, the right to take care of the child, and who doesn't. And there are some families being separated because of this. So I think we also need to support that mother group, because we have an idea so engraved in ourselves of how a mother should look like. And I think that's where our main support can come, like bring down all the barriers and stereotypes that we have of how the mothers should look like and how motherhood should be, and then just help them go through their own path and explore these new ways of living themselves as mothers.
That's also a very interesting point that I think does need to be discussed. Like, what do we imagine when we talk about mothers? Because mothers might be a mom who is in a heterosexual relationship and it's mom, dad. It might be a single mother. To you, a mom might be a grandma or an aunt. Maybe even your sibling, your sister could be a mom to you. So, just in general, moms in all different shapes and forms need support, They need that help and that guidance. And I think something that we touched upon that is very necessary to speak on is that there needs to be a more communal effort to support moms, and there needs to be more support from programs, social programs that can help moms. And maybe some moms don't have access to money to be able to buy contraception, or maybe they don't have the money to be able to access abortion services and become moms because there's no way for them to prevent or terminate this pregnancy. So that's also something that needs to be taken into account. Gail, for you, how are some ways we can support moms in all of this journey towards sexual and reproductive health?
I agree with everything both of you said. And I think continuous quality sex education is very important. Just like you both said, I feel like most of the times mothers are left out of the conversation when it comes to sexual reproductive health and rights. We are always so focused on the prevention for single people, prevention for young people, prevention for people who don't seem to have a support. But sometimes even people who seem to have this support, they personally may not want to be mothers, but they do not have the information, they do not have access to either contraception or abortion. So we should just keep having these conversations and be more inclusive to not make them feel left out. I think one other thing is also to keep empowering mothers so that they can have a more healthy relationship with themselves as a person because they are a person before they're a mom. Like I feel like sometimes it just they just become a mom. Like there's no self, but you can exist, you can be, and then you can also be a mom. I can attest to that because I grew up in a home like that. My foster mom is an amazing career woman, but we also never really like lacked her at home. She used to travel a lot. She would go for meetings and all these things. But whenever you needed her, you actually needed her. She was always available. And it was always so empowering for me because I used to be surrounded by so many women who made it seem not I feel like saying made it seem is putting the responsibility on them. But I feel like society made them think and believe that you have to be one. You can't be everything. So it's either you want to be a mother or you want to be something that's not a mother. You can be whatever you want to be. You can be an amazing mom, be an amazing career woman, and also grow yourself as a person. So we need to share messages that empowers mothers to have a healthy relationship with their sexuality and with themselves. And there's also the other topic of the myths and stigma surrounding childbearing, the the notion that if you are not a mother, you shouldn't feel fulfilled. That's a lie. Like do not mind them. You don't have to be a mother to be fulfilled. And when you are a mother, you don't have to have a number of children to be fulfilled. As long as you are happy, let's let's try to make them not feel like they are living up to society's expectations and just live like mothers need to stop existing. They should live as the people they are.
I love that message. I love it. I think it's so powerful and empowering, just like you said. To those who are listening, remember you can leave a comment, you can join the discussion. This is an open discussion for everyone. I think we're heading towards the end of our live stream. So, going off of what Gail said, I would like to share maybe something that I want to tell moms that I think moms are so amazing. I think moms to me are superheroes. They are like, I look at my mom and I'm like, oh, she's the most amazing woman in the world. And I know that some can relate to it, some may not. But I do think that in hindsight, I wish she had more support in terms of everything, domestic labor, access to sexual and reproductive health, maybe more community support because she's always been very strong, but it's always just maybe been us. Um, so, what I would like to say to the moms is that you are amazing and you are also in control of your life and your body and your choices. So, you can always access any portal, any health clinic, any healthcare provider, and make sure that you choose what you want to be. So if you want to be a mom to more children, you can do that. Like Carla said, if you want to have quality gynecological visits, maybe a pap smear, maybe see what birth control method is right for you, maybe see if there's like a hormonal issue, you deserve all that. And to those who choose not to be moms, it's totally fine. Being a mom isn't, if it's not for you, it's not for you, and life shouldn't be your life shouldn't have to be about whether you are or not a mom, because there are also women who can't have children. There are also cisgender women who may not have the capacity to have children, and that's totally okay. You can adopt and you're still a mom. So things like that. I think just in general, give more support to women and to those who are mothers. Carla, what final words of encouragement would you say to mothers?
I would say thanks for the great labor that you will do. And whenever you feel like you need a community who supports you, you can come to Safe to Choose, to How to Use, or to Find My Method to just talk about things, to have a good time, to learn new things, or to consult specific things that you may be going through. And just remember that we came here to be happy and to live what we want to, the way we want to live. So here you have the tools so you can decide what that looks like. And that's all.
Thank you, Carla. And you, Gail, I know you have great words to share for us.
So I quickly wrote this down. I want to say I think moms are superheroes. Like they are they I don't I think on the hierarchy of superheroes, they are first. Like they're second to none. They're amazing. And this is just a reminder for them that access to abortions will ensure that their choice to be a mother is really a choice. And it's not forced on them by lack of options. That's why we are here. That's why Safe to Choose is here. That's why Find My Method is here. That's why How to Use Abortion Pill is here. We are here to ensure that you have options so that your decision at any point in time to be a new mother or a mother again is not forced on you. It's because you want to be. And again, abortion is self care. And for you as a mother, it's an economic decision. It can be an economic decision, it can be a life planner, and it can also be an empowering decision because you decided that you need to put yourself first at some point. And I hope you never forget that.
Thank you, Gil. Thank you, Carla. I love all these words. For anybody who's watching this or may watch it later on, remember that these three platforms are always available. I think all three of us are always available, so we will be here to support you. So just to wrap this up, remember that at any time you can always contact us via DM or via our sites for more information. But I think all of us will share our platforms now just so those who are watching can know where to reach out to us. From my end, I am the communications officer at safetochoose.org. It is an e-health platform that helps women and pregnant people seek safe abortion options. We have free counseling services. We have our abortion counselors toolkit. Following our other two friends, we are also now launching a chatbot for those who can't reach our counselors, maybe, and just information in general. And remember that our information isn't for one specific person, it's for anybody who needs information on safe abortions. So this might be for yourself, or it might be for somebody that you want to support because you love and you care about them and you think that sharing resources is a way to help them out in life. Gail, could you please share about how to use abortion pill?
Hi, so once again, How to Use Abortion Pill is your one stop shop for everything you need to know before, during, and after using the abortion pill for a safe medical abortion. We are available 24/7 through Ali, and you can talk to Ali on WhatsApp. We have a link in our bio that can take you there. So, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, you can chat with Ali, can send us a text here on TikTok for some of our automated responses. But if you are in a restricted country and you are not sure about chatting with Ali on WhatsApp, you can go right ahead to our website for a more private and personalized chat. Yes, for everything you need to know about how to use the abortion pill. We also have a medical course for providers who want to know how to give the best possible care for abortion seekers, and a video series, an 8-part video series that any abortion seeker can watch so that they can have the best medical abortion process. You do not have to be an abortion seeker to watch the series if you want to support a loved one. Anything at all, if you just want to learn about the process, you can go ahead and watch this series. It can impart you with a lot of information. So catch us on all social media platforms. We are everywhere as How to Use Abortion Pill.
Thank you, Gail. Remember, it's safetochoose.org, howtouseabortionpill.org, and now we'll move on to findmymethod.org, which is our first step towards sexual reproductive health. Carla, please share more about your resources.
Yes, Find My Method is a platform where you can find all things related to safe sex, and more specifically, all the information you need to get to know all the contraceptive methods and which fits your lifestyle the best. You can use our contraceptive quiz to get to know your lifestyle and the contraceptive that goes best with it, or you can compare our you can use our tool to compare the methods and see which one seems to be best for you. You can talk to Mika, which is our chatbot that will help you with all your questions regarding sexual and reproductive topics, anything in general, and it can help you to choose also your ideal contraceptive method. You can get to know which contraceptives or contraceptive services are available in your country. You can also do our quiz to find out if you are pregnant and make decisions from there. Or you can read our blog where you can find out I don't know, conversations surrounding all sexuality. And we're also available in 13 languages, so you can really explore all our platform and what it has to offer.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Carla and Gail, for joining this conversation. It's always a pleasure to talk to both of you because it's just a different perspective, and I feel like we all learn so much. And thank you to those who joined our live stream. Remember that if you did not catch the full thing, we will most likely upload this to YouTube, so you will always be able to access this information. But I hope everybody has a great day, and don't forget that it may be the end of month, but we can always celebrate moms during the whole year and always support them as needed. So thank you so much, everyone. Bye.
Bye.